Hello and welcome to Burnflick. I am Jonah. I'm sitting with Zach and Eugene. We recently watched Best in Show.
Sure did.
We watched that a few days ago. And I think all three of us watched it on YouTube with commercials.
So many commercials, so
Lots
quickly
of-
in between.
Lots of commercials.
When you look it up on Google, it says it's on HBO Max.
So it was. It was
yeah.
It was in August. Their August
Oh, it was a
showcase,
temporary thing.
and
Okay, yeah.
we waited too long.
It's fine. It's fine.
It was okay. I mean, the ad thing was kind of annoying
The ads were very annoying.
because there were like four
We were talking about how
every 15 minutes, maybe
yeah,
10 minutes.
Not only that, but the difference in volume.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was when the movie is very low,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, I'll let it higher, and then ad comes on and blows my eardrums out.
Yeah.
I was telling
I
Eugene.
thought it was just me.
I was telling Eugene that I was like, I had the remote in my hand, and I
Muting.
literally muted as soon
Preemptively.
as soon
I
as
did
the
the
ad came
same
up.
thing. I was because I
Yeah.
didn't want to be too loud, and Hannah's like she was sleeping when I was
Mhm.
watching it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, because then I would skip it, of course.
yeah.
'Cause the ad would let you skip, so I'd press.
They weren't very long ads for the most part. There's just a lot of them.
There were a couple that I had to watch the whole thing.
Mm.
That was in the beginning. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. He's right. Because eventually it just did like 3 seconds, and then
Yeah, and then you could press the thing.
yeah.
Not only that, but like the difference in like video quality, like it really takes me out of the movie, and it reminds me that I'm watching a movie from the early 2000s / late 90s.
Mhm. Yeah.
This movie is old, and the way I know it is because these commercials look fresh as fuck compared to the footage in this movie. But I tried not to hold it against the movie too badly. You were saying about your initial take on it. I want to hear more of that.
My initial take on the movie.
Yeah, your overall vibe of the movie.
I was talking about actually the ads weren't annoying or weren't bad.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will tell you, I guess, my overall take on the movie.
Yeah,
Well, before we get overall, I liked it.
yeah.
I thought it was funny. I thought it had its moments. You know,
I agree. That's a very that phrase, it has its moments. That's like the kind of gist for me. Like this movie has its moments. But I think what
like it's such
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence whether I liked it or not.
yeah, like I'm not saying that
yeah.
I love this movie. It blew my mind. I'm saying I enjoyed it
Yeah.
in a way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Have you guys ever seen Documentary Now?
Yes, Bill Hader,
Yeah. yeah.
Fred Armisen.
No, I haven't. I've heard of it though. I have.
It's basically it's a TV series, and it pretends it's a bunch of mockumentaries. That's all it is, back to back. None of them are related to each other. It's like a long SNL sketch, and for each episode. And I feel like this kind of had that vibe. But I don't know when Documentary Now came out. I think that came out like late 2000s, maybe like early 2010s.
It says 2015.
Documentary Now? Okay, yeah, there we go. Mid 2010s.
Where can I watch this? Is it YouTube?
Netflix,
I
right?
think it's a Netflix thing.
It's not showing where. Normally,
Yeah.
it tells you where it's being shown.
That is very strange. Huh.
Normally, it always tells you where it's being shown. It's not being shown. It says IFC, so
Mhm.
I probably could watch it on YouTube,
Possibly. I don't know.
but maybe not for free. I don't want to. 94% Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't think it's not every episode is worth watching, but there are some episodes that are really interesting / funny.
I think the bowling episode was top tier.
I've only ever seen the first season. Is that in the first season or?
That might be in one of the following seasons. I watched quite a bit.
So it's a series of documentaries made. They're mockumentaries.
Yes.
They're making random documentaries of different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do mockumentaries of other documentaries, right?
I think they're
I think.
Yeah. Yes.
um,
Like each new episode is focused on a completely different subject, topic, event.
yeah.
Most of them made up
Mhm.
events. I'm pretty sure one of them was just about how this lady had, how she had like apples advertised, and that was apparently a big deal in the supermarket in this town, and they made it like this big sprawling like news pandemic.
Oh, nice.
Oh my, that's actually, I feel like it would be Bill Hader's idea.
It's got very SNL-y vibes. But yeah, Best in Show kind of gave off documentary now vibes.
Mhm.
In a good way.
Because Best in Show is, again, a mockumentary.
It is absolutely a mockumentary. And I don't think all the jokes landed for me. I liked the energy and the spirit of the movie. And I also liked that it wasn't I don't think it was as mean as they could have been with the characters, cuz
That was
I
such a
fucking hated Parker Posey and her husband's those two characters.
yeah.
I fucking hated them. I hated
Well,
them from the get-go.
They were meant to be
Yeah.
hated, though.
I know. But
I think it's weird how like they seemed like they would be a big deal, and then ended up being like shoot away at the end there as of nothing.
yeah. I do like how it comes full circle. Oh, you know what? We should talk about what it's about.
That's your
So,
point.
yeah.
Best in Show is about a dog show.
Yes.
It's focused on several characters throughout the movie, and it highlights each of their lives and each of their dogs' lives up until the point they're in the show and them leaving the show.
Yep. It's got a pre-show like build up, and then like it's like
And day one of show, then
yeah.
day two of show.
day 1, day 2 of the show.
So it's the movie's got
Um,
like it actually has a decent cast. You know, you have Eugene Levy, which
Yeah.
I think is weird the way they portrayed him. Like he's
I like them. I
two
like
left feet, buck teeth. The commentary is like,
Yeah.
are my eyes like okay? Or does that man have two left feet? And the guy's like, oh, well, you're right. He does have two left feet.
I really like
And Catherine O'Hara is his wife, right?
Is that her name? Catherine O'Hara?
Catherine O'Hara, yeah, Home
She-
Alone's mom.
She's like oh, that's who she is. I couldn't really figure out where I knew her from, but she looked familiar.
Mhm.
I liked there's so many running jokes in this movie, but I think one of my favorite running jokes is Eugene Levy's Jerry's wife. What's her name? Cookie.
Cookie.
How she has like an incredibly like what's the word? She's been around.
Promiscuous.
Yeah.
Her past is littered with many a lovers. And I like how in the beginning, Jerry doesn't realize, and then he's like, "Yeah, you've had like dozens," and he says like as if it's a lot, and she's like,
Hundreds.
"No, hundreds."
No, hundreds. Hundreds, yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh God." The fact that his name is Jerry, I was like, "Damn, that reminds me of Rick and Morty." He's a
He is
loser.
a Jerry.
He is in fact a Jerry.
Funny thing, I feel Rick and Morty does take different nuances from other movies and TV
Oh,
shows
for sure, yeah.
and shows and creates their characters. By the way, a new episode of Rick and Morty dropped on Sunday.
It did?
Yeah, I could have sworn I text.
Nah, I didn't.
I think I accidentally texted. I could have sworn I texted you.
Nah.
Maybe it was Darden. Yeah, a new episode of Rick and Morty came out on
I
Sunday.
might have to check that out. Huh.
Yeah, season 6.
All right.
Anyway, sorry. Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
a Jerry, like
Yes,
you said.
he is a Jerry.
He is literally a Jerry, and he's definitely a Jerry from like
Well,
Rick and Morty.
What was the name of the fishing guy, the southerny fishing
Oh.
guy, the country guy?
He actually sounded nice.
He's my favorite guy.
Yes.
He was my favorite.
I loved him.
because he actually was just normal.
He was just a regular dude who just loved his dog, and he was just a really nice guy. And he loved talking about fish.
His name is Harlan Pepper. Wait, no,
Harlan.
no, that wasn't him. That was
No.
Harlan Pepper.
it was Harlan Pepper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That actor is. I really like that actor.
I love the way he was prancing with his dog, with his bloodhound when he was walking around. He was really
Yo.
putting in a show.
I didn't realize how big bloodhounds were.
Oh, they're pretty big.
I thought they were like smallish dogs.
Oh, like from like the wolf, the fox and the hound.
I guess I don't know. But yeah, no, I was surprised by how big his boy was. I really like the dogs.
I've had it's like I've had three of my entire life, and this is by far my closest best friend. This line he said about his dog.
So wholesome.
They all love their dogs.
Yes, except for Parker Posey and her terrible husband. Well, it's so weird. I did not like the intro.
Harlan Pepper.
Yeah,
he directed this movie.
Oh, really?
It's Christopher Guest.
Nice.
Isn't that
okay?
I like when
Holy
directors
shit.
put themselves into movies, but they're not like some over outlandish thing.
Yeah.
I like when they do that.
Like Quentin Tarantino. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, he does kind of have. Yeah,
a lot of directors do that.
He gives himself permission to say the N-word.
and it's allowed. And the reason why he can is because
Samuel L. Jackson. He's there giving approval. Yes.
And if Samuel Jackson says you can do something, I'm pretty sure you can do it.
That's facts. Yeah.
Man, it's been over 140 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Anyway.
Christopher Guest. I really like his face. I feel like he has a very trustworthy face. And his character in this movie is very wholesome, very likable. He's not self-centered, which is, I feel like most of the characters in this movie have some degree of self-centeredness to them. Obviously some more than others. But Harlan, not a shred.
Mm-hmm.
Not a shred, which I appreciate.
Do you remember the Swans? The Parker Posey, that
is that their names?
Yeah, the Swans is their name of the show in the movie.
Wait, what?
Yeah, pretty sure. Wait,
aren't they lawyers? I thought they were lawyers.
Yeah, no, their names are Meg and Hamilton Swan.
Okay, their names are okay. Gotcha.
I like their story and it's how they met each other. They met each other. They at the same Starbucks. But from across the street. It was like, and I had to see. we locked eyes from two different Starbucks from across the street from each other. I thought it was funny.
I mean, I just didn't like him. I didn't like him. That story is too cute for how terrible this couple is.
No, that's the thing. Like that's why it's terrible. Like they met each other from far away in two different places. That's why it's not like a meet cute.
I feel like it is kind of like a meet cute.
I don't think so. I think it was just like I don't. Their whole like dynamic is bad. Even
the
like
opposite of meet cute.
Yeah, even when they went to like therapy,
yeah,
you could tell like they really weren't there for their dog.
Yep.
They were there for each other, and they were just completely awful about being there for each other.
I did not like how they just got a new dog at the end, and I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
people are awful.
Yeah, what happened to Busy Bee? I mean, that's probably the fallout.
Yeah,
the bee. Yeah.
So like we got the pre-show stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We got the 2 days of the show, and then we have a little bit of the post show. Like, was it 6 months later or something like that?
6 months later.
6 months later. And I think the way that this movie is structured, it's very digestible. I think the editing is really good because at no point did I feel bored. No point did I feel like the pacing was slow.
Yeah.
Like, there was always something going on. There's always some, but oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the two gay guys. What are their names?
Scott Donlan and Stefan Vanderhoof, which is played by Michael McKean, otherwise known as Chuck McGill.
Chuck McGill. I saw Chuck there. I'm like, what are you doing here, man?
It was like, this is your 20 years too early, my friend.
How far into Better Call Saul? Oh, you finished.
Oh, I finished it.
You finished? Okay.
It's over.
How far are you into it?
Season 1.
I wish I
I'm not gonna say anything there.
Don't binge it, man. Make it last.
Don't binge it. I can only binge. I don't know any other.
I don't know
any other way to live.
I wish I didn't binge it because now I feel this is actually one of the a lot of shows you have you when you're binging it you feel so invested, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
And then when it's over, you're like, what do I do with my life? And you actually get kind of depressed that it's over.
I'm gonna feel that way, but I don't care. It's like me eating ice cream. Like I know it's gonna hurt me later, but I'm just gonna carry on.
Yeah.
I'm on season 4. I'm halfway through season 4. I'm on like episode 7.
Oh, I see. You're almost done.
Yes.
You're almost done.
Yeah.
So you've seen what happens.
I know. I know the season 5 is the last season.
6.
6. Oh shit. Okay, I still have 2 seasons left.
Seasons again. I remember.
Right.
I bought season 6, so just like log into
yeah.
the thing, and then
Okay, I'm really glad you did that. I remember you telling me, and I will take advantage of that.
yeah, it should be on the
The Burn a Flick
Burn a
YouTube
Flick.
account?
Yeah,
Sweet.
you can also watch it there too.
I have to go through what 5 other seasons.
Season 1 is, I don't know. I watched season 1 back in like 2015. When did it come out?
2016.
2016. I watched it back in 2016. So I vaguely remember it being a little bit hard to get through. But yeah.
It was weird. But the show, I know we're digressing here, but that show, how it came out 3 years after Breaking Bad ended, but the show came out 3 years after, and because Breaking Bad ended in 2013.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And Better Call Saul 23 years later, but it's also supposed to happen 6 years before everything else happened. I don't know.
They're very good. They're very good with like
they
things in time, like that.
Those small little like things where you realize like this happened.
Yeah.
These are some random characters for continuity purposes. These characters that you see in the guy who sells the gun to Walter.
Yeah.
Is also the same guy who sells them.
Oh wait, is he the vending machine guy?
Vending machine gun guy? The guy who sells the gun to freaking, oh my god. Airman Trout.
Oh. Okay, I don't remember that. What season is that? Is that season 2?
Season 2.
I don't remember.
He's also the same guy who gives the freaking machine guns to
Walter?
To Walter.
I don't exactly remember.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go back to.
But Charles McGill.
Yeah.
In Best in Show, what's his name? Vanderhoof.
Stefan Vanderhoof.
Stefan.
And then John Michael Higgins plays Scott Donlan.
Scott. You would think that the guy with the last name Vanderhoof would be the more flamboyant one. I do like that they have different personalities. They have different styles of gay. Which I appreciated. But when I first saw them, when they first came on the screen, I couldn't decide whether or not it was going overboard, whether it was almost like a caricature of like gay people, and like whether is this like relevant in a contemporary sense? Is this like what people thought gay people were like back in 2000, or can this stand the test of time?
Sorry, I keep interrupting. Apology.
No. Basically, that's what I was thinking when I first saw these guys come on the screen. And I think in the beginning, I kind of swayed towards they are a little bit of a caricature. But I think near the end, I don't know. I think they're a decent representation of like a gay couple. What's the flamboyant one's name?
It's Scott Donlan, played by John Michael Higgins.
Yeah,
I feel that they did it because like back then, making fun of gays wasn't like like in this way wasn't like offensive.
Yeah.
Or it was offensive, but it wasn't like thought of as a big deal.
Right.
Because it really isn't. I mean,
it was a different time back then.
Different time, 22 years ago.
Dane Cook was making gay jokes and stuff, and it was like really funny. And Dane Cook was hilarious back then.
Air quotes. I used to think he really was hilarious. And
no, me too.
Then I grew up and I realized,
the BK Lounge.
The BK Lounge.
Try listening to that now.
I mean, some of the stuff is kind of funny. I mean, you get older and you realize. Then you realize.
I was also in middle school and I thought he was hilarious. So there's that too.
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham. I'm not familiar.
The puppeteer, the ventriloquist.
Oh, is he the one that did Ahmed the
the dead terrorist?
Yeah, that did not age well.
No, I remember in middle school that was
oh my god,
all the rage.
All the rage.
Everybody had a shirt. Some people had the shirt I said I kill you from Hot
I
Topic.
kill you.
Now it's like not only are those jokes not funny, but also ventriloquism is still not funny.
Stop trying to make ventriloquism cool.
Wait, no, but isn't that Harlan?
Yeah, Harlan at
Harlan
the end.
picks
Yeah,
up on it.
he picks up on ventriloquism. Well, in the middle of the movie,
Yeah.
he's like in his trailer with his dog,
Yeah.
and he's like just chilling, getting ready to go to sleep,
Yeah.
and he's making this puppet fall asleep.
I feel like they did Harlan dirty at the end.
Like, because he should have won.
I just thought not just that, but like with the aftermath, the 6 months later, like he's doing puppet shows in front of like old vets, and it's just sad. And like I don't know, I just feel like
I don't know. I think he's having a good time, and I think that's really all that matters.
And then
I you have a point there.
I think he's just a sweet and innocent soul, and whatever makes his heart happy makes me happy.
He is immune to the travails of life.
we haven't talked about Jane Lynch's character and Jennifer Coolidge's character, the lesbian couple.
Which one was Botox, and which one was
Jennifer Coolidge is Botox.
Okay.
Jane Lynch is
the handler.
The handler.
Okay, Jane Lynch. I've definitely seen her from other stuff.
Tons of other things.
You ever seen the movie Role Models?
Role Models, Glee,
Glee.
Okay,
Fugitive.
Glee, I remember.
She was in The Fugitive?
She was in the.
Or she was like a comedy actor.
Harrison
actress.
Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no idea who she was, but I knew for a fact I saw her in other stuff.
It's like 2009 through 2013. That's when her biggest years were.
I don't fully understand that relationship. Is Botox, isn't Botox a gold digger?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So how does what's her name?
Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch fit into that? Like, what is their?
She was just she ran like this failing dog kennel, and then Jennifer Coolidge came over and was like, "Hey, I have this dog," and then they had a relationship, and then she was also rich because of her
her gold digging ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
that the old guy that she's married to, I've seen him in other stuff too. He also looks super familiar. The way that he looks at the camera, and just like how
he's in Old School.
How old he looks? What's Old School?
Was he blue?
So he was blue.
He was Patrick Crenshaw, Leslie Ward Cabot, right?
Yeah. Okay.
He looks so.
We like talking and not talking.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can sit in a room and not talk all day.
Like when I tell you, the movie has its moments because it does have these jokes. Yeah. It has these things. It has these little quips that are are pretty funny. But then again,
none of the jokes actually made me laugh. I mean, some of the jokes kind of like I was like, huh. It was kind of like on that level of amusement.
Do you think of being a mockumentary, it has to be like it's supposed to be super funny, or is it supposed to just be comedic in a way that's making a documentary seem dumb?
So, I agree with you that that's 100% true. It doesn't have to be like a million jokes a minute. It doesn't have to be like
it's supposed to still look like a documentary at the same time.
But I also wonder, what is the purpose of this movie? Like, what is the message of this movie?
To where I agree with you,
and I have no idea what it is. I don't know what it is.
It might just be to show how kooky some of these dog owners actually are.
Okay.
Our dog shows, were they that big in the early 2000s?
I mean, they're still big now.
I don't like when I watch this. I don't know anything about dog shows. Zero, zilch.
Me neither.
So when I watched this mockumentary, the way that they portrayed it to me, I didn't get the sense that these are normal dog show people. I got the sense that these are characters in a movie designed to be quirky and funny. So I feel like you got something on the tip of your tongue. What do you got?
I think they're all like, I think everyone involved in the show, the handlers, everyone, I think they're all caricatures of people that attend dog shows and take dog shows seriously, which they should be.
Okay.
I mean, if you're into that. um, one of the parts that got me chuckling a little bit, or at least like I kind of like starting to giggle, was at one point one of the judges that was showing the dogs. One of the
Yes.
judges, he was speaking so softly, it like you could barely hear him.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what got me laughing laughing at that, but I'm just like, because if you've ever watched a dog show,
Yeah.
they talk some of them just talk so quiet for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like they're at a golf match or something.
It's like they're talking to themselves or mumbling to themselves.
Huh. I don't know if I picked up on that.
It just
Are you talking about the announcers or are you talking about the judges?
No, the judges.
Oh. Okay. Like
Yeah.
when they say like the Maltese over here please or like
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Oh. Huh.
the
I don't think I picked up on that.
the announcer, vibes that were going with they're
Oh, I love the announcers.
I think they're the funniest ones.
I love the announcers.
I think what's his name? Because that guy recently died.
Fred Willard.
Fred Willard
Oh, he
died recently,
Wait,
2 years ago. I
Which,
think
which one is Fred Wood?
the funny one.
Okay, the funny one.
Sorry, the non-English one.
Yeah, there's
The one that was telling pretty
Every
all the jokes. Yeah.
wild stuff.
he was funny. He
I was wondering like they are spending a lot of time on these announcers. And which is fine. I thought their dynamic was funny. The funny guy was very funny and the straight man was a very effective straight man. But yeah, I was like that's another thing that kind of made me wonder like what is this movie about? Like I don't understand.
yeah, well, like we know the movie's about a dog show competition,
Yeah.
but then you're thinking, what is the purpose of making it?
Yeah,
And,
like
like,
what
I know exactly what you're feeling. You're thinking what you're saying. I just don't know how to put it in the right words. I've had to ask the question.
maybe it's just cuz I don't have any frame of reference for a dog show. I just assume that people at dog shows are just like any other professionals. I I didn't realize that there was such a or I mean, I don't know if there is like this ridiculous level of I guess doting or I guess characterizations with the people that are in these dog shows. Um like I said, like this movie I don't think actual dog show people are like the people in this movie.
I don't know.
Oh really?
I know how I am with my dogs,
Yeah.
and I like to consider myself somewhat normal.
Yeah, yeah.
I can only imagine what
Yeah,
some of these people in real life,
hardcore people.
hardcore dog.
Is there a negative connotation to dog shows?
I-
in regular life? Like are they like abusive to dogs or something or
No, I think
No.
these people they really love their dogs.
No, I think it's just like how,
okay.
like, I change the pitch of my voice if I'm talking to my dog.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I like,
How you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
and then they go to like, hey John, get over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can only
oh.
imagine, the extremes that someone puts their like 90% into their 110% of their self into just their dog
If your
every
dog,
single day just to get a cup at the end.
if your dog
Oh.
isn't purebred, aka inbred,
Yeah.
why are you even here?
I don't know. I just don't see it that way. I just don't think I don't think that these dog show people in real life are that weird.
I mean,
I just think that like they just practice a lot. Like just because you practice a lot doesn't mean you're weird. It's just like any other hobby, right? It's any other hobby where you have professionals.
I don't know. You can imagine this.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to practice a lot to not be weird. You can be weird and also be very serious about things.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
but like I feel like this movie is portraying all these weird people who take part in this dog show, right? So like is the takeaway, oh, dog show people are weird? Is that the takeaway? I don't when I watch this movie, I don't feel like that is the takeaway. And in fact, I am confused as to what the take. It's weird that I'm asking this movie to even have a takeaway. I don't. Maybe that's the wrong question.
Because the movie itself is like supposed to be making fun of it.
But here's the thing with a mockumentary. Like, I feel like a mockumentary, because it's attempting to satirize or make fun of a serious look at a subject, I feel like that in itself should warrant some kind of takeaway. I don't know. Like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
yeah. Well,
I also can't figure out the right way to ask the question.
I maybe I'm not making sense. For documentary now, I don't ask the same questions, because for documentary now, I'm watching it as a TV show, and I don't get the sense that like it needs to justify its existence. But this is a whole ass movie. Like some dude, Guy Christensen, is that his name? What's his name?
Christopher Guest.
Christopher Guest. Oh my god,
Guy Christensen.
I don't know where I pulled that name
Christopher
from.
Guy.
Christopher
homeowner.
Guest. Christopher Guest. I feel like he probably put a lot of effort into making this.
He's also the
Yeah.
guy that wrote Spinal Tap as well. So,
Oh, really?
Wow.
which is also another big mockumentary.
I have not seen Spinal Tap.
I've never seen Spinal Tap.
clips of Spinal Tap on YouTube, but that's about it.
This is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal
I
Tap.
should really watch it, to be honest.
I don't know if mockumentaries necessarily need a point. I think they're for the
Yeah.
most part just to be entertaining and just. I think like same with the documentary now.
Yeah.
I think some of those episodes they hit and some of the episodes didn't.
Okay.
And it's like the ones that didn't hit, it's like I really feel like I just wasted my time. I got nothing out of this.
Yeah.
I literally feel like I watched an actual documentary about something I don't care about, which I think is a lot of documentaries because there's a lot of documentaries on stuff I don't care about.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys consider Borat a documentary or a mockumentary?
Oh, a mockumentary, 100%.
I think it's a mockumentary.
It's not even mocking the country he's coming from. He's mocking America.
Yes.
Of course.
I haven't seen Borat 2. I'm only talking about Borat 1.
Yeah, Borat 2 is like, it's difficult to be funny because everyone recognizes him. But yeah, it's definitely supposed to be a mockumentary. He's definitely doing that as like a big fuck you to like.
But all the people that he makes fun of, it's their real reactions.
Yeah, I don't think it's a technically I don't think it's a mockumentary. I'm just thinking about like real world situations where like comedians go out and do sketches and nothing's scripted. Like Eric Andre does that a lot.
I was gonna say Eric Andre does all this, like you said, these crazy things with people.
Yeah, crazy stunts in public, and
yeah.
everyone reacts how you think someone would react.
Okay, so
yeah,
per Wikipedia, it says Borat, 2006 mockumentary black comedy film. So I mean, I guess there could be a difference between a black comedy that is staged as a mockumentary, and an actual mockumentary. I guess.
So there's a subgenre in mockumentary.
Because one is very, very fucking like rigid and crazy, and the other one is just a joke.
Yeah, my take on Borat is I'm not entirely sure, but I lean towards documentary because I feel like it's showing us something real. I feel that way. When he's interviewing people and getting their reactions, I feel like that says something about America. But I can see the argument as to why it's a mockumentary. I totally see that as well. But Borat, I feel like the Borat movie, it has a message. Does it not have a message?
Yes.
What's up?
I think you have like a tiny little thing hanging from your microphone.
My microphone?
Or your headphones.
Oh, it's oh, it's on your hand.
You're gonna have to.
Oh, it's gone. You're good.
Okay.
I thought it was a spider.
What was it?
No, it looked like just a piece of dust or like lint or something from your
From here?
maybe.
Well,
All right.
crisis averted.
Oh, thank
Good.
God, Jesus. What was that?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, like what is our takeaway? What do you actually? What is the purpose and what are you supposed to?
So
Take away
so
from
what
Borat.
I'm saying is like me watching Borat. I feel like Borat has a purpose. And would you guys agree with that?
I feel as though it does. I feel as though
Yeah.
the purpose is about.
Yeah.
It's about a guy named Borat who comes from Kazakhstan and he wants to find his wife died and he wants to get married to Pam Anderson.
No, that's the plot. I'm not
That's the
talking
plot.
about the plot. I'm talking about the purpose.
Oh,
of the
you mean
movie.
like the plot, but the real purpose behind the plot?
Yeah,
and why
why
he's doing it?
did these people make Borat? And when I watch Borat, it's clear as day.
I think it's public reaction.
It's clear. No, I think the people that made Borat made it to show how stupid America is.
That's fair.
Oh,
I think that's the purpose of Borat. And the whole character of Borat, he acts to show the camera how stupid Americans are. And I think that's clear as day when I'm watching Borat. What other mockumentaries are out there?
I mean, technically Bruno was a mockumentary.
Bruno?
Everything he's done. Bruno was another movie he did,
I did not like
I don't-
Bruno.
which
yeah.
was really fucking.
I did not
It was-
watch Bruno.
You
It was
don't need
too.
to.
It was too much.
All right.
Way too much. I watched it as a young child. Shouldn't have done
What other mockumentaries are there? I'm trying to think.
I'm looking at the list right now.
I think there's more shows.
Waiting for
Yeah.
Gruffman.
Don't know what that is.
Borat. Technically, was it Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Don't know what that is.
I'm Still Here. Technically, was
Oh, that's the Joaquin Phoenix
yeah,
one.
that's
I have
definitely,
not seen
definitely a mockumentary. Man, Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stopping was the Andy Samberg one.
it. Is that a mockumentary?
That
or
is
a
100%
movie?
mockumentary.
Okay.
It's totally a mockumentary because
So
it's-
that movie, I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of funny.
What does that
It's
have
slapstick
a
stuff.
purpose?
No,
What are they trying to show?
they're just all they're doing. I think what their purpose is joking around pop star celebrities, singles, like people like Justin Bieber. He's obviously not slowed down since he became like super famous.
Right.
But there are people like him who are these big pop stars who are in groups.
Yeah.
Like, their groups broke up, and now you have these main guys going solo in their lives and how they're trying to maintain. They dropped and they're trying to come back.
So like what? So you're saying never stop, pop star, never stop, never stop,
Never stop.
never stopping. So you're saying that movie doesn't have a purpose?
No, I'm saying I think this purpose
Okay.
is to joke around about those big people, celebrities who became. There have been
So it's
these-
satirizing the pop star mentality of pop culture.
yes,
Okay, so that does have a purpose.
yes.
So that's what I'm getting at. I feel like a
Bore.
lot of I don't know why this movie was made. Like I don't know what it's trying to tell me.
What We Do in the Shadows is also a mockumentary.
Yes, I think
A
that,
good one though. It had also
Yeah.
didn't really have a purpose though.
That one, I think that one didn't have a purpose insofar as it wanted to,
Just be funny.
not just that, but it wanted to subvert the vampire genre. That's what it was trying to do. And obviously it did it with Taika Waititi's spin, and his particular brand of comedy, to great success. But yeah, when I think of a mockumentary, I've never seen Popstar, but even as a person who's never seen Popstar, just from the title, I could tell that, oh, this movie is making fun of pop stars, and it's trying to hold a mirror up to society, telling you pop stars are stupid. Stop idolizing them. I feel like that's what that movie's about. Am I wrong?
I think so.
I haven't seen the movie.
I
I'm
think
just
so.
guessing based
I
on the title.
I saw it a couple months ago.
Okay.
Came out like a couple years ago, but yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely like, hey man, they're making a joke out of it and making an enjoyable movie out of it.
Yeah.
But it's also like stop. This guy's an idiot. You got people
People
idolize
like
him.
this guy are idiots.
Well, behind
You
closed.
should stop idolizing people like him. I yeah.
The movie actually was kind of funny. Now that I think about it, there's some really funny things about it.
I haven't seen it. I might watch it one day when I'm
It was
bored.
all
I
right.
don't know.
It was watchable.
On a rainy day when I have nothing else to do.
And hopefully there has to be like nothing for you.
No, I
can't
don't want to
leave
hold
my
it that
bed.
low. I'm sure it's quite. It has decent reviews as far as I recall.
It's all right. It's okay. Let me see.
But yeah, this Best in Show.
They say
For the most part, as I was watching, I was just really confused. And I think somewhere around like in during the actual show, like day 2 of the show, I was like, I don't think this movie has a point. I think it's just showing a funny group of people involved in a very specific activity, which in itself has a certain level of entertainment, and I should just leave it at that. I don't know if that's the right assessment, but that's kind of where I landed.
Pretty fair.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. That said, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. For a little bit, I was mostly just wondering what its purpose was, and I think that kind of hurts my overall assessment of the movie. The fact that I feel like it's kind of aimless. It doesn't feel. It has the feeling of a passion project, but when I finished watching the movie, I realized this is not anyone's passion project. It doesn't. It like it has the mask of a passion project, but I don't think anyone cared about making this movie.
Do you think it was something that was not thrown together?
Yeah,
but seemingly
it's
thrown
definitely
together.
not thrown together because it comes together very well. It's very well structured. I think the movie moves smoothly. I don't. Was there ever a point when you guys felt that there was a lull, or there was like a slow moment?
No, actually, because
Um,
even with the movie, actually, it's one. Sometimes when I'm watching a movie and I'm
yeah,
not super interested in it, I'll be on my phone. I'll look at something and I'll look back
yeah,
at it. But this movie, I actually didn't look at my phone the entire time, and it's not even because I was super like I wasn't captivated by it. I was just
yeah.
I think I was just really trying to focus on it, but trying to listen to the jokes, trying to understand what they're trying to get at.
Yeah.
But I wasn't captivated. But I didn't look away from it really.
I think that speaks to its really, really good cinematography and editing. And when I say really good cinematography, I mean that it's so good that you don't really notice it. And a lot of people say that's a mark of good cinematography. Obviously, you have these other movies that are a lot more showy with their cinematography, and people say, "Oh my god, that was so great!" Like Alejandro Inarritu with like his one-shot movies, Revenant, Christopher Nolan with his crazy IMAX shots. Yes, those have amazing cinematography, but this movie also has really good cinematography, and you can tell because it's a very seamlessly shot film, and it moves very well, and it's pleasing to the eye. That said, I I think the fact that I feel like the actual footage is a lower resolution than your typical movie.
I feel as though a lot of movies like that were like that in the late
I
'90s.
I also think
Yeah.
our experience was hindered because it was on YouTube.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
I remember watching the trailer for this movie on HBO Max, and I don't know if it's because the streaming service it was on that HBO Max had a higher resolution format
Okay.
that they were running with this movie, but it
Alright.
definitely didn't look like it was filmed with a trash can compared to the commercials
What
that
YouTube gave
interrupted.
us?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think YouTube, they do compress a lot of their video. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like its technical qualities, I think it's solidly made. Yeah.
How we've been striving, not striving, but really digging into the idea or the thought of, hey, does this movie have a purpose? And think about it. I feel like there have been a lot of normal movies, not mockumentaries, that have been good,
Yeah.
really good, without a purpose.
I don't think. Well, that's the thing. I don't think normal movies. When I say normal, I mean like non-documentary, non-mockumentary movies. I don't. For the most part, they don't really need a purpose.
Right?
But documentaries are made literally for a purpose.
Then wouldn't it make sense
So
that a
so
mockumentary
so it
not?
makes sense that a mockumentary also has a purpose to like the yin and yang version of that. So I'm trying to think of an example.
I feel as though it would make sense to them to not have a purpose and just make fun of that specific, activity.
I hear what you're saying. I j-
But I also
I
hear
just
what
had
you're
a,
saying.
I had a hard time. I had a hard time coming to terms with that. I came around to it like about an hour or so into this movie. How long is this movie? This movie doesn't feel long, and I think
I think it's like an hour and a half.
hour and a
Let's
half.
see.
It felt shorter than that. I felt like I was watching an episode of Better Call Saul.
It was
With-
literally an hour and a half.
Wow. Okay. Great editing then.
I think a lot of this movie,
Yeah.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does have a specific meaning or message or anything like that. I think it's more just for entertainment. But I think Fred Willard's character does it best because the entire time he's just trying to fill time. It's like he doesn't really want to be there. He's just asking questions because he literally has no fucking clue what's going on, and he'd rather be watching like probably a football game or anything else, literally anything else, than being at a dog show.
I liked how he tried to relate what was happening in the dog show to like sports terms.
Mhm.
And his partner was just like, nah.
Yes, that is a dog. You are right. You are right. They were. I think their dynamic was the meat and potatoes of the comedy
Yeah.
of the real joke comedy, like
Mhm.
the actual overt funniness.
Mhm.
Everything else was like those sleeper funny.
I agree.
Kind of like how sleeper like Napoleon Dynamite was funny. It had those. It was very like not over
yeah.
over the top, but it was funny because it had those
quirky funny.
the quirkiness.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what will make it funny.
Well, I think Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara, they already have, I think, pretty good chemistry, but then
Yes.
they're also in Schitt's Creek, which they also have like
Oh.
perfect chemistry.
Oh yeah, they're in Schitt's Creek together.
Hmm.
I haven't seen Schitt's Creek.
I don't want. I've seen an episode or two, but yeah, they are in it.
I heard it's good. I heard it's really good. It has good reviews, doesn't it?
It's good. Obviously don't go into
mean,
anything with
it's a
high
comedy, right?
expectations. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't go into anything with high expectations, but it is good.
I recall the premise being somebody inherits like this real estate area called Schitt's Creek or something. Inherits? Does he buy it? It's something real estate related or
He buys it.
he buys it. Okay, he buys it.
He buys the town of Schitt's Creek.
Yes. And then hilarity ensues, I assume. Something along the lines of that. All right.
I remember Catherine O'Hara, Cookie.
Mhm.
What's her last name? Cookie
Oh, I don't know.
something. Whatever. Damn it! I knew. It's in the tip of my tongue. Anyway, her character. After she hurts her knee, or she sprains
Yeah,
her knee, and the way after they win. By the way, their
Yeah.
dog wins. And after Eugene Levy had to be the handler for the dog and walk the
Yes,
dog
with his two left
with his
feet.
2 left feet, it was really funny because it looked like clown shoes. When they won, his wife Catherine Cookie comes out, but you see her right leg just like waddling. She kept like kicking her knee, kept moving in and out.
I thought that was funny, but at the same time, I thought like, oh, it's so cheesy.
Well, you know what that was, shot for shot, right?
No, what?
That was Rocky.
Oh my God,
That
you're
scene-
right.
That scene was Rocky.
You're right, and he screams her name.
Cookie.
Oh my God.
Oh.
You're right.
The whole time that was Rocky.
Ah.
Jerry,
Almost like Jerry,
Cookie.
Cookie.
Oh my God.
I now have to rewatch it to see.
I'm so dumb. How did I not pick up on that?
Yeah, how did
Oh my God.
maybe I was just like still trying to
Ah,
figure
fuck.
other things out. Oh my God, he's right.
Yes. And they're all surrounded by all those dog show people and reporters, and it's chaotic, and they're screaming their names. How did I fucking not see that?
It was an underdog movie the entire time.
Yeah, and ends with like a still shot of Eugene Levy holding up his dog. Yeah.
Except in the original Rocky, he loses, but still praises.
Yeah.
Goes the distance.
He goes the distance. He's an underdog.
Distance, yeah. I really wanted Harlan to win. I'm so sad that he didn't win. But it is what it is.
We all can get what we want, just like Harlan. You know,
It's true. But I he's still happy in the end.
he was the most happy out of all of them, actually.
I think it's sad for Harlan, but I guess if he's happy, he's happy.
Coming all the way from was he from Tennessee, I think, or Kentucky,
I don't know.
or Virginia, something southern.
I have no idea.
Something southern.
Nothing too hot though, because they were.
It was raining. Yeah,
Yeah, it was wet.
Pennsylvania, maybe.
Maybe like it might be Pennsylvania.
I don't really think his whole thing was about dogs though. I don't think his whole life was consumed about like being at dog shows. I think it was just like something he liked doing.
Okay.
He cared about his dog, thought his dog was well mannered and well behaved, thought he could try.
Yeah.
Right?
But
that's what it was.
I think I think throughout the whole thing, he low-key liked ventriloquism. But
ventriloquism is my true
calling.
This is my final form. I love saying that for things.
Going back to Botox and God damn it, what is her name? Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch and Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah.
Does she actually look like that?
Jennifer Coolidge?
Or
yeah.
did they
She probably had a little bit of like Botox or like work done
super excessive
during that film, but
Oh.
she usually looks like that. Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway,
she'll always be Stifler's mom.
I do think it's interesting that there's like quadruple LGBT representation in this movie for a movie that came out in 2000. And
for each sex too.
Yeah. And I think overall, I think the representation it ages fine. I don't think it goes into caricature territory too much.
They weren't really offensive about it. They're just
they weren't offensive. If they could have been offensive with not Chuck but Chuck's man. What's his name?
Donlan, something Donlan.
Fuck.
A lot of characters.
Yeah. But yeah, Chuck's boyfriend. Chuck's boyfriend's very flamboyant, and they could have made it really annoying, but I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
I think he nailed it.
I don't think this is the first time playing a gay guy. I'm pretty sure he played in Pitch Perfect, one of the along with
judges, one of the judges,
yeah, or one of the people, not judges, but the people who having, oh my god,
announcers, commentators,
commentators, yeah. But he was actually, I'm pretty sure he was gay.
Oh,
or he had some.
I think the actor is actually
no, he's married to a woman. I'm pretty sure. His name is something.
He's just that good of an actor.
Yeah, John Michael Higgins is married to his wife Margaret Welsh since 2003.
Yeah, I thought the representation was decent. I don't think I fully understood. So, did Jane Lynch and Botox, what am I trying to say? Do they have a running relationship throughout the movie, or does it develop when? Because I didn't really sense any tension between them.
I think it was throughout the movie. I think
like it's already established by the time
they established that Jennifer Coolidge's character was in this marriage with this rich dude.
Yeah, that I get.
That was that. But then when they started introducing Jane Lynch into the story, it was like heavily implied that they were doing something on the side, and then it like just kind of progressively like you saw the relationship unfold.
Yeah,
more.
Yeah,
but
I just
when it was them making out at the end, even though they thought they
probably
won the best in the competition in best in their category.
Category, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't pick up on it. I thought like is Botox bi-curious and is like Jane Lynch just like pursuing her? I don't know. That relationship is not as defined for me. And I just like the guys a lot more. I like the gay guys a lot more. I think they're way more interesting. I think part of it is the fact that I really like Chuck's actor. I keep calling him Chuck. I don't know his name in this. Vanderhoof.
Stefan Vanderhoof.
Stefan Vanderhoof.
He was like essentially the sugar daddy to the other guy.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was at the time that guy.
Aren't they both rich?
I think they both originally went to dog shows when Stefan was with his wife, and then that's when they met.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the scene when they were packing to go, and you're like, you can't bring.
I was gonna mention.
You can't bring 8 kimonos.
Kimonos.
Just one more.
Just one. He's like, okay. I was thinking about saying that too. You beat me to it because that was another one of those little things. They were the funny things. They were the two funniest parts of it, I think. And you had Posey.
I hated them.
And you, of course,
Parker Posey and her husband.
The Swans, Hamilton Swan, something Swan, and Minnie Swan or Mimi Swan, Emmy Swan. I don't know.
No idea.
So the Swans, and they get disqualified from the. That must have been like for you very like satisfying to watch them get disqualified from the movie from the competition.
Disqualified from they were disqualified in my heart. They were disqualified from the movie,
which they were meant to. Which that means they served their purpose in the movie.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely true. They had purpose in the movie. I just wish the movie itself had purpose. That's all.
Maybe if we watch it again. I don't see myself watching this movie a second time, though. Not for a while.
It's fair.
I'm not saying I didn't like it, though. I did.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll get to that.
I'm actually not sure. I think this could be a fun movie to put on with like people who've never seen it before, and like it's a movie I could easily see myself talking over.
It's definitely a cruise mess movie.
I think it's a casual watch.
Absolutely. Whether it has rewatch, I think it does have a little bit of rewatch, but I would agree with you in that I personally would not watch it again. Like if I were sitting in my living room by myself and I was like, what should I watch? Like Best in Show would not be a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this is in between, if you were gonna watch a movie a second time, would you watch this movie a second time or X-Men 2001 a second time?
I'd actually watch this movie a second time. To be honest, to be absolutely honest, and like the reason here, I'll give you my reason. My reason is I'm all superheroed out. That's why.
But it's like it's X-Men from 2001. It's like one of the first real like superhero movies that broke the barrier from the 90s till now. Literally was.
I don't care. I don't want to watch any more superhero stuff.
My answer to you is I don't care.
The only superhero things I will be watching from now on are brand new ones, and that's because Marvel has stolen my soul, and I just don't have a choice. Yeah. Why would you not watch X-Men?
I don't know. It just, I think I'm Hugh Jackman'd out.
Oh, okay.
It's not that I'm like I'm not that I'm superheroed out or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm definitely drinking that Kool-Aid pretty hard.
Are you really Hugh Jackman out, or is it Wolverine out?
Both. I think it's both.
Hugh Jackman really doesn't do that much.
I think that's
other than
I think he does a lot. I think he does too much. I think they sidelined a lot of other characters to amplify Wolverine and Hugh. This is a whole different podcast. I'm not. I could literally talk on a long time for this.
Next podcast, we're talking about how much Jonah dislikes.
Not that I dislike Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I need a break.
All right. I can respect that.
Listen, Hugh.
Hugh.
Hugh and I are on a break.
We're on a break.
I wouldn't rewatch X-Men. I would rewatch Logan. I think Logan. I just really like Logan.
Hey, X-Men 2 was good too.
I
X2 was good.
no, there are too many suits on the screen.
I thought X2 was the best. X-Men: The Last Stand, the third one was. I think everyone agrees that's rough.
It never had to happen. Well, it had to happen, but it didn't have to happen like that.
They just wanted a fourth trilogy.
Look what they did to my boy.
Yeah.
Look how they massacred my boy. And that's from
Where's that from?
The Godfather.
Godfather.
Oh, all right.
Just Marlon Brando.
I've not seen.
I think at this point it's okay for people not to see The Godfather. I think it is a good movie. I like it.
Yeah.
But I can understand why people dislike it and don't want to watch it and think it's boring because to be honest, it's fucking long and it can be dry. There's a lot of dialogue.
All right.
And
what gets you is the music.
Yeah.
the overindulgence of some whatever or trumpets. I think it's louder. What was Family Guy made fun of that?
Oh, they did?
there is like this a mob boss is trying to speak. Oh, he's speaking to the family, and then the horn gets louder and louder, and then he's screaming to everybody. We got to show you after we record this.
I kind of feel a little bit of what you said. I don't feel that I'm missing out, quote unquote, by not watching The Godfather. That said, there is a part of me deep down that understands that I'm missing a large part of the language of cinematic history. I'm missing out a little bit by not watching Godfather 1, 2, 3.
I think that is perfectly okay. For one, there's thousands of movies out there. Two, I think people gatekeep just getting into watching movies in general because they think that there's that certain selection of movies you have to see.
Or you're not a real buff.
You got the film bro.
Film police.
Yeah, film police.
They arrest you for what? For what is this called? Blasphemy.
Are you telling me you haven't watched Taxi Driver? Are you telling me you haven't watched Godfather 1, 2, and 3?
Now, if they said, I haven't watched Taxi Driver, but I did watch Taxi with Jimmy Fallon and Queen Latifah.
That's fair. I mean, I to be honest, that's fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. That movie is trash, bad.
That's what actually destroyed Jimmy Fallon's ability to act in movies. He doesn't do. If you think about it,
I've never seen Jimmy Fallon in a movie.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
That's the reason.
I haven't even heard of that movie.
You know what the thing is? I think that's the best thing that happened. He stayed relevant by not doing movies and just doing sketch comedy and
I don't like
daytime TV.
His talk show personality.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I like Conan.
I'm
a big Conan.
Conan is the goat.
I love Conan, dude. Well, I actually watch clips of their podcast on his channel on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Conan's the last one left of Letterman, Leno, and Conan. They were the three original gritty ones.
He's not left anymore. He's no longer left. He's not
did
remaining.
He retire?
He's no longer has a talk show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's been about a little bit over a year now. Maybe almost 2 years.
It's been a while.
Forgive me for not knowing. I mean, that's true though. I mean, think about it. He was the last one of Letterman, him and Leno were the biggest comedic talk show hosts because they were actually gritty. They actually asked they got serious but funny, and everyone else is just slapstick sketches and everything in between.
Yeah, I don't think I can get down with any of the late night show hosts now. Maybe Colbert.
I like Colbert. I've always liked Colbert. I feel like
Myers is actually pretty serious.
I do like Seth
good.
Meyers. I do like him. But not. I don't feel a desire to watch late night whatsoever.
Anybody named Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon?
Don't like Kimmel. Don't like Fallon.
I don't mind. I like Jimmy Fallon's little games he does in between them, but he definitely owes his whole career to NBC, of course.
Does he still have a talk show right now?
He has a talk show. He has all other side shows
Tons of stuff.
They did Password, an old show from the 80s.
Password?
Yeah.
Huh.
that he's like not the host, but he's also like the secondary. He's like the celebrity of the show, you know.
Gotcha.
Which is good. Actually, I like it. It's kind of a good game show to watch with your wife if you wanted to. Anyway,
I'm ready to
Wrap it up.
Say
Oh, okay.
peace. Unless, is there anything else that we should hit? Question mark?
I think we hit everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think we at this point we just explained everything that happened in the movie because it is so short.
Yeah.
Short movie, short premise.
Mm-hmm.
I think I liked the movie.
Mm.
That's why I recommended it. That's why we watched it. It's definitely a good casual watch. Nothing that I think I would put on just to put on, like we said.
Yeah.
I really don't have any gripes about this movie, mainly because I knew what I was going into.
Yeah.
And I think it is well made. And yeah. I think it's overall 7. 7 for me.
7?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's me. I agree with everything you said. What?
I'm sorry. The love. I think that was really funny. The way he's like, yeah.
I already said what I said about. I wish I was searching for a purpose for a majority of the movie. I came to the conclusion that this movie has no purpose, and that kind of bugged me for a bit. Eventually got over it, but I think that hurt my overall experience with this movie. The fact that it was on YouTube, I had to deal with the commercials. The fact that YouTube compresses their video, and this movie just looked super low res. And I don't think that's a product of being a movie shot in the 2000s, because there are plenty of movies in the 90s, 80s, 70s, even 60s that you can watch on a 4K screen and it'll look amazing, because cameras have always been high resolution. They've always been. We just didn't have the technology to depict it in the home until the invention of 1080p, 4K, yada yada yada. So I don't think it's a problem of the movie. I think it's YouTube that had it so grainy, so choppy looking. I'm not gonna take that as a ding against the movie. The movie is shot very adequately. I think the editing is fantastic. At no point was I bored. At no point was I looking at the watch. It flowed well. I could follow along with what was happening. There are movies where I literally can't do that. So that's a plus for this movie. All the characters are different. I liked how all the characters are varied, and they each have a distinct feel to them, a distinct vibe. And some of them I just hated. Parker Posey and her husband, hated them. Most of the other people in this movie are rather likable, I'd say. And I love Harlan. I love his style. I love his mood. I'm giving this one a 7 because a lot of the jokes didn't land on me, land for me, and I just don't see myself coming back to it. And I feel that mockumentaries should have more purpose, or that, I don't know, I just feel like it should justify its existence a little bit more. That's all.
Well, I agree with you both 100% with what everything's saying. The graininess and how it looked to you, because obviously we know it's essentially zipped together, from the compressed because of YouTube making a free movie. Whatever. Even other movies that have been like that, and that's just the way they're filmed, that never bothered me. As long as the editing itself was good, the acting was good, as long as the storyline was fine, I don't really care exactly how grainy a movie looks.
Okay.
Because I can see, I personally, I know you guys can too, but all the time, I can see beyond that.
Right.
Because I'm better than you guys, of course. No, but that doesn't bother me. So the whole YouTube experience, like you already said, it actually doesn't affect how a movie can be, because it's better than that.
Yeah. And
it is better than that, which is why initially I wanted to give it lower, but ever since talking about it from this whole hour.
The movie is a heart. I think it has a lot of heart.
Yeah, it has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Which agreeing with you, like, and you, Jonah, and you, Im, the characters themselves are great. They're so well made. It's as if they're from actual people.
Mm.
I feel as though these characters, their personalities were actually made from real people, and obviously, expanded. They expounded on
Right.
not over exaggerated but exaggerated them, right?
Comedic effect.
For a comedic effect, it's really well made. I think, like we talked about it before, it wasn't very campy.
Yes.
Right. It wasn't very campy at all. The characters were well portrayed, like, or put together, and it just had a lot going for it.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
When you said it could have. It's not as campy. That's true. This could have been super campy.
Right.
But it wasn't. I do appreciate that a lot.
It was a story. It was a story from beginning to end. They open, read, close, end.
Yeah.
It wasn't open pop-up pictures and explosions everywhere, or like, I didn't have to, move little things here. I don't know.
I didn't groan at the jokes.
No, I didn't. They're okay. Like, haha. This is filmed in front of a live ostrich. That was another Family Guy reference. Other than that, I give this movie a 6.9, which over and all gives us a 6.9
ish
of a rating.
All right. I think we can all live with that.
I can too. I feel as though fighting for a 7 is like, sure, but I can't give it a 7.
You just have to be different.
I can't give it a 7.
You have to be an individual.
Although I liked the movie, I'm not saying I actually am saying I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Sleeper movies is essentially what it was, a sleeper.
Mm.
It's hard for me to come up. Like, I think the best sleeper movie I've seen was Logan Lucky.
I've not seen that.
Never seen it.
It has Adam Driver and Daniel Craig. Apparently it's really good.
I thought it was. I watched it in theaters years ago. 2017 it came out, I think.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it. It was a sleeper movie. It was just, it was one of those movies that not really. There's no music really. It's just the sounds of the movie itself. Oh. And there's some music, of course, but it's a little more like folky type stuff.
Gotcha. Isn't that directed by? Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought it was directed by Martin McDonagh for a second, but I realized that's not true. But okay.
Steven Soderbergh.
Steven Soderbergh. What the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
Didn't he do No, I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of Stephen Sondheim. See, that's the playwright guy, right?
Yeah. Stephen Sondheim. Yeah, he's the million-time Tony Award winner.
Yeah, he's dead now. Rest in peace. Yeah. Rip.
Wow.
Right.
Actually had Jack Quaid, Seth MacFarlane, and Hilary Swank in it.
What did?
Logan Lucky. I don't remember actually seeing Seth MacFarlane, but maybe if I watch it again.
Huh.
Sebastian Stan's in it. Anyway.
I have a movie for us.
Lay it on me.
I am my choice is called Leave No Trace. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it or seen it.
I've heard of it.
It has Ben Foster and oh man, I forget her name. Mackenzie something.
Thomasin McKenzie.
Thomasin McKenzie.
Where have I seen her?
She was in
Jojo
Rabbit and
Last Night in Soho.
And Last Night in
Old,
Soho.
Power of the Dog.
I have not seen
I've
not seen Old. Old's the M. Night Shyamalan movie, right?
It's bad.
Okay.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault.
She was in Power of the Dog?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I don't remember her in Power of the Dog. But yeah, I think this was Thomasin McKenzie's
Lola
breakout movie. Because like this is the first time I saw her in a movie, and yeah, she plays like I think she was like 17 in this movie or 18, and she plays like a 15 or 14-year-old. But yeah, she got a lot of recognition for Leave No Trace. I heard about this movie because I was on Rotten Tomatoes and I was looking at like best movies of 2018, and this was on that list.
100%. on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it still has that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's really weird.
And with
That's really weird.
251 reviews.
That's really weird. Okay. So back in 2018, I saw that it had 100%, and I watched it. I'm very surprised to see that it maintained that for what is it, 4 years now? Okay. But yeah, the movie is basically about a father and daughter, basically living off the grid and living on the grid and trying to figure out what they want to do with that. I actually don't know where to watch it.
Netflix.
Netflix? It's on Netflix?
Mhm.
Sweet.
Why?
All right.
For right now.
All right.
This is is it another one of those movies where it's not telling you where it's like most movies tell you where it's coming from, and it's not telling me.
That's weird.
If you pull up Internet Movie Database,
IMDb.
it says
Hmm.
El Netflix.
All right.
All right.
We'll watch it.
Cool.
Might as well. I'd probably watch it tomorrow then.
All right. That's all we got. I guess
Till next week, guys.
Till next week.
Flick.